Good morning, everybody. Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm. Beautiful, sunshiny, chilly day here in Alabama. How about where you are? I would love to see where you're from and what your temperatures are today, because I know it's not normal for us here in Alabama anyway to have lows in the 40s at night in May. So our high temperatures are gonna reach just about 70, and that's just not the norm for us. So leave me a comment below and let me know where you are and what your highs and lows are today. I would love to see that, because weather's crazy in Alabama and I don't know what it's like everywhere else. So that'll be interesting to see. Kind of starting off backwards this morning. I have fed everybody at the barn, and I have a couple of things in my hand. One of them being an empty egg basket from the milk room, and the other being a drawer liner, like for lining silverware. I have this left over from when we built our house, and I saw some of you recommend using contact paper. And I don't have any contact paper, but I do have this drawer liner, which is not sticky or adhesive on one side. It's just a layer of plastic pretty much. I've got in my mind that it's not gonna lay flat enough, that I'm gonna have to put something from the underneath to keep the eggs from being eaten from the bottom side. This would be easy if it works. I can just cut a piece and lay it where the eggs are collected. But I have a feeling that the lip is gonna be too, we're just gonna have to look and see. So chickens, of course, are all lined up waiting on me this morning, as was every other animal on the farm. And gotta get these girls some scratch put out, as well as cheese. Got new merch, y'all. We got a shirt that finally has cheese on it. And Cheese is gonna be happy to know that he made a debut. And we have some new watermelon soap, watermelon lotion that Miss Laura made us. Dish soap sets are back in stock. Garden books are back in stock. Y'all have been asking about those. And a new kids book. It is called Jessie and Honey's Xenia Adventure. So that is a good one. Y'all check it out if you have children, grandchildren, or if you just want to see what the new book is. We are very happy with it. Looking over at the calendulas from here, I think I'm gonna need to pick before I get out of here this morning. Was not here at the farm most of the day yesterday. We are doing a giveaway with the Alabama Wildlife Center, and they asked us to donate a few products. So made a cute little gift basket and took that over to them in Birmingham, Alabama, and didn't cut calendulas yesterday, and today it's just payback. So let's see all these girls this morning. We've also got a new Egg-ployee of the month, with it being May. So I've got that ready and we'll show it to you before the end of this video. Girls, we're getting low on scratch. We are going to have to get a refill on that, but I got something that'll hold you over, and that is the Kalmbach Hen House Reserve Poultry Treat. These are called love bugs. Now let's see how many of y'all love bugs will eat out of my hand. Oh yeah, you are. Ryan, come get you some, buddy. You're blocking the whole view. All right, so I'm just gonna distribute some love bugs out this morning because I'm needing a refill on the scratch. And y'all do not seem to be disappointed. I think you're happier with this than scratch anyway, so I may have done a good thing. Cheese, get you some, buddy. Well, y'all are eating it faster than I can put it down there. That's good stuff, isn't it? Look at you, front and center, Cheese. I had some of you ask if Cheese has been nice this spring, and he absolutely has. He has been a perfect gentleman. He is a bachelor, and he knows that. So no biting or chasing or nipping. None of that bad stuff from Cheese. As soon as I say that, he's going to come over here and, well, you know, let me have it. But he hasn't shown any kind of aggression or anything this year. He's a beautiful goose. We're happy that Cheese lives over with the hens. He does a wonderful job with protecting them, and he just kind of ran Ryan off there for a minute. So obviously he thinks all these hens are his. He ate a mealworm. Good job, Cheese. All right, let's go inside and check on this problem that I've had with a hen or two eating eggs from the bottom of the nesting box. I could put hardware cloth on the bottom of it. Oh my goodness. Come on down before I get started. See, if I'd had a basket of eggs in my hand, I might have dropped it. I could put hardware cloth on the bottom of it, but it would involve a lot of zip tying from underneath. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it would be a lot easier if I can just put this drawer liner down in here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's my nesting box dilemma. You can see it's kind of like a grid that the eggs roll out on. And then there's a mat that's kind of like outdoor carpet. Y'all are so vocal, I don't know if they can even hear me. So the eggs roll from this carpet that's a little bit higher than this. And what I'm thinking is if I put anything here, it's going to hinder the eggs from rolling down like they should. Now, that's just something I'm just going to cut a little piece. I'm going to see how it sits. First, we're going to gather eggs. 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17 over here. All right, you refrain from coming over here because I gotta test something. You're fine. Just go on in that box. This is still got the label on it, but it's left over from our house build. So I'm just gonna cut me a little sliver off. Oh my goodness, everybody's so vocal this morning. So I just cut just a little piece, and I'm wondering if I can tuck it up under this. I think that might work. But then, I think it might work. I do. I'm going to require some better scissors because the ones that I brought are not scissors. I just wanted to test it first to see if it would work. And I think, good gracious, I think I'm going to gather eggs and get out of here. That's what I think. And for those of you that were wondering what I was talking about, this is what I'm talking about. This is on the second nesting box. I've got a girl that's decided that she's going to eat the eggs. And I don't know why, but I know I got to stop it. I got 17 in my basket. 19, and we're going to count that one I threw away as 20. 22. 24, this one's warm. 26. 28. 29. 30, 31. What we got over here? 33. Good gracious. 35. You were coming in hot, weren't you, girl? How'd you get all the way in here? Why? Why did you fly? So if you're counting, that's one short of 3 dozen eggs. And we'll take that. Y'all, I don't know what's going on this morning. I've got the most vocal crew that I believe I've ever had in the morning. And gotta get some scissors. I got girls still laying, so I think I'll be able to test it out today and know that this shelf liner is gonna work or not. Either they're gonna roll down or they're not. I'm gonna do one box and see, but Gotta find some scissors. So here's an underneath view of the nesting box. This is what the chickens see when they walk along, and they can see the eggs from the underside. Matter of fact, let's do this. Get down, girls, so I can show something. Let's do this. Let's put an egg in here so you can see what it looks like when a hen goes walking by. They see all the eggs on the underneath of this. And that's what I was saying, is if I put something on the bottom side, I'm going to be working from the underneath. And that's probably about 18 inches off the ground, which would be a very uncomfortable position for me to have to work. So I'm hoping something from the top will work. All right, so I told Jason what I was doing. And the drawer that I keep my scissors in the kitchen that I was going to use for this, they were not there this morning. And I may have misplaced them. May have been Mary Carl, may have been Jason, who knows. But needless to say, when you get ready to use something and it's not there, it kind of throws a monkey wrench in things. And that's where I am. So while he's looking for scissors, matter of fact, I hear him coming now. He must have found the ones that I had. He thought I was at the barn. He kept going, and then he saw me over here. So let's see what he came up with. A man and his dog. Well, those were not the ones that I was missing, but they will certainly work. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You don't happen to have a tape measure, do you?
I do.
Woo! I got to thinking I might need to know what my measurement is before I cut this stuff. I'm trying to fix the chickens from eating the eggs from the bottom. Yeah, that might help too. You know how you have like one or two eggs that's got a peck hole in them?
Yeah.
Well, it was like that this morning. So I'm thinking I can put some of the shelf liner that we lined. We actually used it in our kitchen, and I saved the rest of it. So I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm going to do one of them and see if somebody will lay an egg and see if it'll roll down. Because it might be a little bit higher than the mat. That's my only concern.
We might have to go underneath.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to do that because it's about 18 inches off the ground. It's going to be a terrible working environment to try to get up under there and zip tie, you know? Look at Peaches over there. She's just scurrying around wanting Pocket to win the Derby and waiting on her hat to get made.
She's probably waiting for the salon to open.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. So you going to take care of Peaches?
I may go take care of Peaches.
Okay. Make her look pretty now.
She needs a hat.
I know. She's waiting on it to get made, is what I said. Reckon what kind of hat Peaches could have. All she's got's a Christmas hat, and I don't think that's going to work. We got donkey hats, Peaches. That might work. That'll be your Derby day. All right. I'm going to try this to see if it'll work.
Okay.
Wish me luck. They think since I'm coming back in that they're going to get treats again. She comes in here, and every time somebody comes in here, that's when we get the treats. So we got to be getting a second batch this morning. Don't y'all think? That's the way it works, huh? No, babies. I don't think y'all need a second batch of treats this morning. We're going to see if things hadn't quieted down a little. Basically, in the amount of time that it took me to walk out there to get the scissors, a hen has laid an egg. And you can see this chicken up underneath. I don't know if she's the egg eater or not, but she sure is eyeing that new egg that's there. You can tell it's new. It's so shiny. Hey, stay on your side, okay? You stay over there. And I'm going to experiment. Looks like I got a whole audience here that's going to help me. All right, we're going to cut it 47 inches so that way it won't curl up on the end. All right, girls. Let's see here. All right, let's see. I got to get the egg out that I stuck up in there. I'll put this in here on this side. Got it cut to length. I'm just going to kind of tuck it under. And you may ask why I don't cut it off level. Well, because I want the egg to roll. So I'm thinking putting it underneath this piece of carpet is going to help it to continue to roll and not feel like a stopping point. All right, y'all. My only concern is it creates a little lip. But I'm not going to know. I don't know what the angle is of this carpet. You know, if it gets to going, you would think if it generates enough momentum, it's going to keep going. Let's shut them up. There's 2 girls in there now. And if they're not finished laying, they're gonna soon lay. And we'll see how this works out. All right, so we still got hens laying eggs. It's early in the morning, and that's a good thing because we'll be able to test it, see if it works, and I can collect some calendula flowers while we wait. I am just amazed at how well these calendulas have produced this season. I know y'all have heard me say it over and over, and you probably wish I'd hush, but Laura is going to have calendula flowers for years. Salve, soaps, whatever she wants to do with it. Mary Carl actually went over and met Laura on Thursday and also delivered the new Dirt and Work books, Jason's garden book, as well as the kids' books, because they're printed. Those books are printed here in Chilton County. Ryan roasts coffee in Selma. Laura's not too far from Selma, so Mary Carl delivered a whole big box of freeze-dried calendula flowers. And we don't show y'all every time we freeze-dry them, but my gracious, it's been more than we've ever had. Look, this crew decided to come help me. I cut down some of the collards and vegetables that were from the fall winter garden because they were in here, but the hens were not, they weren't utilizing them. So when I cut those or pull those bushes up, they started really doing a number on the seed pods and what's left over from the plants. And you can tell that they have appreciated that I pulled it up for them. Plus, you know, we wanted them to forage in here and scratch it up and do a good job, and they did that. So it was time to pull them up and let them get the easy part of the work out of it. Well, here she goes, talking about those calendula flowers again. Look, y'all, the basket is completely full. So that took me about 20 minutes to collect this entire basket. I do believe that's been enough time for one of those hens in the box to do her duty of laying an egg. Let's go check it out and let's see if it rolled down to the magic spot where I can collect it. Another reason I like the shelf liner idea is because it's gonna get dirty. I mean, it needs to be able to come out. I really didn't want to put something in from the underneath because there's no way to get whatever falls in there out. So the top is the best solution. If the shelf liner works, I can simply take it off, spray it off with a water hose. It is like a plastic material. And, oh, almost knocked my whole basket of flowers off. Boy, I just fixed that and it came back apart. All right, which one of y'all was in that box when I left? Are you out here or are you still in there? Let's go check it out. Saw one of the anconas sitting down over here in the corner, but I did not realize she was laying an egg. Y'all, I don't know what it is about the nesting boxes and them not wanting to get in it. I just don't know what. They've got plenty of nesting boxes space, and she came and laid an egg right there. All right, moment of truth. Please tell me this worked. Please tell me it worked. I got 3 hens in here, I think. Immediately when I look in, I see an egg there. And I think, well, it worked. But then I come over here and I see an egg that didn't quite make it out. That tells me that this lip right here is a little bit too high and does not have enough momentum to roll down. So I'm gonna get my scissors, I'm gonna trim this off and see if it'll go if it's not tucked under. Back to the drawing board. And look, there's another one up there. There's another one that didn't roll down right there. so I don't think that's gonna work. But maybe if we just trim it, maybe that'll fix it. All right, so I trimmed it off so it won't go up under there. It should just lay flat up next to it. Maybe that'll fix it. Let's try that. That looks better. And you may say, well, why don't you just put an egg up there and see if it'll roll? Well, it's not going to be the same speed, so to say, as when it comes out of the chicken. So I want to know that it works. Well, I feel much better with what I just did by cutting it off and not tucking it up under the mat. So I want to go test out a little something else. See if the ducklings are big enough to where they can't get out of the wire fence, the kennel panels that I have out in the back of the barn for them. I'm just going to take 2 of them. I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them out there and I'm going to see if they can squeeze their little way through there, because they need to get out into the sunlight and exercise a little bit. So hopefully that'll work out as well. Then we can come back and check the egg situation. I'm headed over to the barn and I thought Jason had left. I thought he had gone back to the house or to the shop, but here's proof that he hadn't. Holly, what you doing, girl? You trying to prove that Jason's in that barn? I think I see him pushing a broom in there. We don't have any more horse hay in here, or goat hay. So we got a wide open barn and he is doing a good job sweeping it up. All right, my big babies, I see you've already spilled and drank all of your water. So I'm gonna take 2 of you outside, see if you can stay in the corral. Come on, y'all come to me? Oh no, ma'am. You're gonna have to really be slick if you're gonna catch us. All right, two baby ducklings in the little cat carrier. Let's hope they'll stay in there. I really want them to be able to go outside and spend some time out in this beautiful sunshine. Of course, I feel like they're like little puppies. You can't just put them out here and leave them out here all day and expect them to not be give out. So I won't leave them out here all day on their first day. And I've got a little dog house that I can put out here to supply some shade as well. All right, let's see here. Y'all ready? Got Matilda in the background. Come here. Oh goodness, you just about got those, didn't you? All right, you got a buddy. I don't know. I don't know if you can get out or not. Bramble. So far, so good. But they haven't tried. Now, the first time when I put them out here, they all went different directions. It was quick. They didn't even stop. So this is promising, y'all. This is very good. And it's cool today, so I'm going to put them a 1-gallon water out here, but I'm not going to allow them away to Bramble. You are too big for a cat carrier. Look at you, buddy. I'm not going to allow them away to get soaking wet today. I think we're doing good. I do. Turning their heads. Y'all, let me tell you what Cheese did. So I'm out there cutting a calendula, and all of a sudden, Cheese does his noise that indicates danger, and he raises his wings up, and he herds the whole entire flock of chickens under the chicken tractor. And I was like, what does he think he hears? Way off in the distance, I'm talking Catherine's house, probably that far off, you could hear the faint sound of a hawk, and that has to have been what he heard. And he alerted all of those girls and took them under that chicken bus. That made me think of it when the ducks both turned their heads. They were, of course, not seeing a hawk, but oh, this is going to work, I do believe. Well, just a little bit too soon. I went in there, told Jason I think it's going to work, heard something. I said, Did they get out? And look here. They're out. They're out. How in the world did they squeeze? I see one little section that looks like it's missing a wire. I bet that's where they got out. Bramble, you know they live here, buddy. Let's see. See this section right here? It looks like it's missing a wire. Well, it doesn't look like it is. It is missing a wire. So if I put that right there, that'll solve the missing one. And dirt's soft enough to where I can push that on down. All right, let's see if that was the problem. I know they like it better out here. We're gonna try it again. Let's see. Put you down right there. You fell over, didn't you? Now let's see if that's where you got out. I'll go get a water. Well, they didn't get out. Maybe that was it. All right, water. Look at here. I think that might have been it. I don't want to bring the rest of them out here until I know for sure. Found you a weed, didn't you? Look at here, it's your friends. Okay, number one. Here we go. Number two. There we go. Are you trying? All right. I think it might work. I'm gonna get y'all some shade. And some food. All right, Bramble. Of course, I'll bring them back in at night. I'm not gonna let them stay out here all day today. I think all is well now. They have found their water. They've got their food out here. They haven't gotten out. And they're enjoying the sunshine. So I'm gonna go check and see if I had a chicken to lay an egg, if it rolled out, and then I'm gonna go get their little dog house that I can provide shade for them. I could just put a sheet over the top of it or something, but I'd like to have something more permanent to where I could bring them out here every day until they get too big for this enclosure, which won't be very long. And you can see they're enjoying playing with the weeds and the grass and their feet touching the ground. All right, girl, I heard that you got all did up. You are looking beautiful. To root on Pocket in her big debut. The biggest horse race, the Kentucky Derby. She's gonna win, I have no doubt. And you are just, some pig. Yes, you are. All right, go back to your sunning. Got the ducks moved outside, ducklings. Got the calendula flowers cut, cartoned eggs, put calendula flowers in the freeze dryer. Gave these hens enough time to test out this nesting box. Hopefully it worked. I always have to look behind my head. What do y'all think? I still see girls in the nest. Let's see. All right, ladies. We have an egg. And it appears to be flopping a little with the wind. It is very windy today, but I think it's gonna work, y'all. I do, if it'll stay down. I think it's only gonna blow when I pick it up because it's obviously air circulating. That's good. I have an egg. Now I did go ahead and cut it for the other side too. So that'll be an even bigger test. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, it worked. That's for sure. I was not expecting to find, I got a girl in the box still. Yeah, I'll take a peek. She said, don't look at me. Oh, got one right here that didn't roll all the way down, but that happened before. So yay, we are doing very well. Let's cover these up. I'm going to gather again tomorrow because I am not immediately going back to put eggs away. So this is what I would be doing anyway. If it was another day, these would be gathered tomorrow. No need to take them away right now. Yay! Solution accomplished. All right, so the doghouse that I already had, it was not being used. Our dogs go in and out the doggy door, so they're never outside for any length of time. And I started thinking after I got it, I said, this thing is huge. It's a lot bigger than what I thought. But I think I can make the fence connect to the front of the doghouse to where it's not taking any space away. Let's get over there and go see. So you see why I was a little concerned that it was going to take up most of the space. It's quite a big doghouse. All right, so I just want to make it opening stuck right there without scaring them. You know what though? Doing this, I'm gonna need my stake back that I used over there. I can put the cat carrier in front of that. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna get y'all some shavings put in there. Goodness gracious. And I don't want to go over there and scare them, so I bet if I move their water over here a little closer and I move their food over here, I've got shavings in there, that it's going to be a better chance that they figure out that that is shade. Just like that. Now, as time goes on, I can get them some treats and I'll have somewhere that I can come sit out here with them and let them know I'm not a bad person. I'm not out to get you. I don't always just grab you out of the brooder and bring you outside. That's right. Hopefully they'll utilize the doghouse, and I'm only going to let them stay out here, like I said earlier, about another hour or so. And then this can be done on a daily basis, and they won't be in a nasty brooder. Well, it's not nasty. It just creates nastiness on the bottom of that tray, and they mix their food and water, which doesn't smell really good, and plus they need sunshine. So win-win. Well, I think Jason has just about accomplished what he set out to do this morning, and we are going to run over to Rustic Relics, which is an antique store in downtown Clanton that we keep some of our products in. And since we have new products available, we're gonna take some of those over there and I'll show them to you, and we will get those put out. And I think we may pick up something in town to cook out on the grill. So this evening when the Kentucky Derby is on and our big girl Pocket is racing, we can sit down and have a good meal. So y'all come see what's new from Cog Hill Farm Country Store, and we're gonna take you to Rustic Relics. All right, y'all, we told you we had some new products in Rustic Relics. That is a new kids book, Jessie and Honey's Senior Journey. I think I said adventure earlier. And then we've got some of the dirt and work books back in stock. Watermelon soap and watermelon lotion. It smells, well, smells good enough to eat, but don't eat it.
Cast iron seasonings back in stock.
Cast iron seasonings back in stock. And you can see that we still have our same honey. We have coffee. We have some candles and the other children's books in stock. All right, Dee Dee, you ready to go tell them who the Egg-ployee of the month is? You look like you are. All right, we're going anyway. Ready or not. You got any guesses on who the new Egg-ployee of the month is? I don't think she does. Well, I'll give y'all a hint. You may not even know who this girl is, but she's very old. She's been with us since we were at the old farm, and she's very beautiful in my opinion, but she does have a flaw, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. So I decided to take it off the nail that it hangs on because it's such a reflection that you couldn't even see it. This is Fran, and Fran is a frizzled bantam hen. Now, we had her when she was at the old farm, like I said, and she has a character all on her own. Her feathers are curled every which way. She doesn't lay eggs anymore, but nobody's told Fran that her job description has changed. Every chance she gets, she sneaks into a nesting box, settles herself right down beside a laying hen, puffed up and proud like she's fixing to sit on a clutch. Now, we have roll-out nesting boxes, so there's no chance for Fran to sit, and that makes her a little angry. Fran's been with us since a little chick, and she will continue to live out her life, even though her laying days are over. Now, I think that Fran, the Bantam Frizzle, she's deserved to have had this nomination before now. I know how she's been overlooked just because she's tiny, and she does spend a lot of time in the nesting box trying to steal an egg to lay on, just like a Silky does, but she's a Frizzle Bantam. You'll see Jason's little dragonflies. They're all scattered about on the egg stand here. It makes a cute little whimsical decor to this area, and also it's supposed to keep wasp away, so we will see how that works out. But for now, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Video was kind of all over the place, but I'm happy to report that I have a solution for an egg-eating hen, whoever it may be. I don't think it's Fran. I don't. I really don't. I think Fran would have, she may have tried to pull it out from the bottom to sit on it, but she's not eating eggs, I don't think. But anyway, I think we've got that fixed. I hope so anyway. And I think my little ducklings are going to enjoy going outside and getting some fresh air every day and getting used to me being their new mama. Y'all, I appreciate you, and y'all be good.